What's up, Chem 30? Welcome to the new, really bizarre normal. I hope you're safe. I hope you're all having at least a little bit of a good time and not going too stir crazy with all the changes and everything else. I wanted to do a quick video just to show you a couple of things today. I'm not going to give you much in terms of, I'm not going to give you anything in terms of new content today, but I do want to show you a couple things and let you know what to expect for next week. So the first thing is, if you look on this page, you can see this is the Google Classroom. I think almost all of you have got logged in so far. There's a couple I'll track down and we'll work on that. But you're probably going to have a bunch of classes here depending on how many courses you're taking right now. I think a lot of teachers are using Google Classroom. So you click on Chem 30, you can see all of my blah 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 that I've been posting. Nothing all that crazy. What you're gonna start seeing though is classwork. So starting today, I'm gonna post something here in just a couple of minutes, and everything will be posted under their topics. So we've already done electrochemistry A, which was learning about the oxidation numbers and all that kind of stuff. Electrochemistry B is the second half of that unit, where we take the knowledge we already have about oxidation numbers and half reactions and net reactions and that kind of stuff, and then we start to show you how it applies to real life contexts, right? How this gets used every day and how you're actually probably using it right now if you're watching this video. So that's going to be electrochemistry B. The first thing I'm going to post today, you'll see it underneath here, and by the way, you won't see these other topics, organic AB, thermo AB, until I post something there. So the only ones you'll see there are what is current, and I'll try to always keep the current stuff on top so you don't have to go scrolling or looking around weird places for it. Okay, so what I'm going to post today will show up here as an assignment, and it's going to have probably the link to this video. Maybe not there. Maybe I'll just leave that in the stream. But it will have a link to an assignment to do some review questions on everything we've done so far. The best thing you can do is do that this weekend or today if you've got a chance, just to make sure that, I mean, you've had a week almost to forget everything. Just make sure that those things like oxidation numbers and half reactions and net reactions, make sure that's fresh in your mind, because we're going to be starting off on Monday putting that stuff into application. Now what you should see is you'll see an assignment pop up. It'll have some text and some links, and if a certain assignment has video, that should all show up within the assignment. There'll be ungraded assignments though, so I'm not going to give you a grade on all the little steps along the way, although there may be quizzes that we do now and again. But even though it's not graded, if you would do one thing for me, it would be very helpful. In the assignment, if you've finished the videos, if you've done the assignments, you've done the homework, the review, whatever it might be, when you finish that, there should be a button there. I think it just says mark completed or something along those lines. I'm not exactly sure what it says. If you would just check that, that'll just let me kind of track where everybody's at. Make sure that you're keeping up with things, make sure you're not falling too far behind. That would be very helpful for me, just so I can kind of keep track of everybody and where you're at. In terms of what to expect, I will be posting, you've already got the booklet and everything you need, hopefully, for the second half of the redox stuff. I'll be going through the lessons, probably not in a one big video, but probably in smaller chunk videos. So each lesson might have 3 or 4 small videos. That way, if you've only got a few minutes, or if you want to break it up into smaller chunks, you can do that. Some of you may sit down and go through all of the videos together, and that's fine. The reason I want to do the small chunks is then later on when you're getting ready for the test, if you want to go back and review a certain topic, you don't have to go scrolling through a 40-minute video to try to find how to do half reactions or how to balance net reactions. You can just go straight to that. So that's kind of the idea. There'll be a bunch of little review videos. I'm also going to probably try and keep all of that stuff also linked on my web page. So the assignments will be on here, but I'm also setting up a web page where I can link everything by topics. I can send you to other websites or anything that I think might be helpful, or like the Khan Academy videos, or I found some online textbook stuff. Anything I think that might be helpful to you. Nothing that you have to use, but if you're struggling with something in particular, feel free to dive into any of those other resources. So I'll be doing a couple of little videos with each lesson, and then each one will have the homework just like it would normal. I will be trying to post, apparently the PDFs have been having trouble being downloaded by some of you. We'll work on that. But I'll post the answer keys so that just like in class, you can do the homework, you can check your answers, make sure you're doing things right. And then in the comments there, you're welcome to ask me questions. I'm probably going to also set up to do a live stream at least once a week, maybe even twice a week or more, depending on what's going on. And we'll just set a set time for that live stream. And if you're available and you want to hop on and ask questions or whatever, you're welcome to do that. But that'll just give us a little bit quicker interaction than having to type something out and wait for me to reply. We can talk about things really quick, and I can give you feedback or go over a concept that you're struggling with, or maybe a question that you're having trouble with too. When we post the tests, they'll show up in the same place. It'll be a link to the GradeCam. You should have got an email with your login information for GradeCam. If you haven't done that, logged in and tried a test, there's a practice test there. Just make sure you do that, just so you're familiar with what it's going to look like, what it's going to feel like. The test will probably be the same format: multiple choice, numerical response, maybe even short answer, although probably not a ton of that for Chem 30. So that's what you can expect. Now, just for a completely dorky moment, let me show you what. So I've been setting up like all the stuff for this class and trying to make sure things were working properly, but I've also been trying to help other teachers do stuff, make sure they were set up, because they're not necessarily all techie. But anyway, let me show you my absolutely completely nerdy setup right here. Yeah. I've got my laptop, 2 separate monitors, control of what's showing up on the stream, an external mic. I've got my iPad, so if I want, let me just show you this really quick. Let's say I was trying to teach you something about this. Then I can bring up something here. I clicked the wrong button. Hold on. I want this one. There we go. All right, so let's say I want to show you something on here. Maybe we're talking about something. I can draw out a lesson, or I can say, hey, you should really pay attention to this. Let's say right here. I could draw out on the screen. Oh no, I picked the wrong screen again. Told you, this is going to take some ironing out because I picked the wrong one. There we go. All right, so I can say, for example, you need to pay attention to that. Hopefully you've all saw the announcement or have seen it on the news. Diploma exams are canceled entirely. Although, I don't know why any of you would do this, but they did say that anyone could request to do it if they wanted. So if any of you are gluttons for punishment and really would like to sit down and take a 3 to 6 hour government exam, don't. That's all I have to say. I don't know why you would. Maybe there's going to be some schools that really are picky and want you to do that. I really can't see that happening with everything that's going on, but anyway. So I can do that. I can even bring up, for example, some graph paper, let's see. And maybe we need to talk about a graph, and so I can draw, not in white, that's a really poor choice. But I can draw on here, okay, here's our axes, and here's what your curve is going to look like. And we can do little mini lessons like this where I can walk you through how to solve problems, fill in the formulas, all that kind of stuff. And then we can do that live or in our little mini streams as well. So So that's some cool stuff. All right. Let's see, I covered... Oh, with the diploma exams being canceled, just remembered, we are still going to have tests. We'll probably still have a teacher final, but at least it'll be one that I can set up for you, and rather than a government exam. Okay, we've covered that. We've covered make sure you're on the GradeCam stuff so you can do the test. Make sure you're keeping track of the website. I will be starting on Monday posting probably daily lessons of what to go through for that day and the homework questions to work on and answer keys if you need them. That'll start showing up in your classwork. And yeah, I think that's all I needed to say for now. So I hope you guys are good. If you have any questions or comments or even suggestions, things that maybe I can do to help you, this is probably going to be a little bit rough adjustment for some people, and there'll be some hiccups along the way. That's fine. We'll figure it out as we go. But if there's anything I can do in particular to help you with anything, just shoot me an email or send a comment on the class Google page or whatever, and I'll get back to you as soon as I can, and we'll try to make this as painless as we can, and yeah, hopefully you survive hanging out at home by yourself. If you need anything, let me know. See you guys.